guys, welcome back to Candid Cloud Convos.
You already know who it is, your host Gina and Emelita.
Back at it again, episode 27?
28.
28! Oh my god.
28.
You guys, this living in the future stuff is complicated.
If I did not have a planner, I would be screwed. Because I'm like, and then it's 2 weeks
I need to get
later,
a calendar.
And then back and forth.
Yeah, I really want to get a calendar so I can have it right there on my wall. I can see it in front of me, right. And then my planner to have like the details of everything.
Yeah,
I feel like we say this every time, but we have exciting stuff to talk about again in Cheese and Chatter today.
So fucking exciting. Also, hopefully you guys enjoyed an early upload last week. If you do not have notifications on, please put them on, because you never know when we're going to hit you with another episode, a double episode, an early episode. You never know what's coming to you. So
we never know. So
we never know either.
It's as much a surprise to you guys as it is to us.
She's completely right. But set your notification bell and you'll get the notification so you can keep up with us. Go ahead, Gina. Tell them what the exciting update is.
Oh gosh, you guys, it never gets old. It doesn't get old to announce that we
have
new listeners again in another country. In two new countries. I thought we were gonna like split them up. Okay, this is exciting.
I just added both of them because I got so excited this morning.
In Slovenia and Serbia. Woo!
Welcome to the fam.
Exciting. Thank you so much for
excited
coming.
to have you.
Oh shit, we were supposed to look up how to say hi to them.
I did, pero
it's too hard to say.
Y'all have a beautiful language and I did not want to butcher it at all, so please forgive us. Welcome.
I want to see what it looks like. There's 10. The first video that came up was 10 ways to say hello.
Yeah, because they go into how you can say it like more formally or informally.
Oh, okay. I don't know which one's formal or not formal because I don't want to take too long, but she said, Dobar dan. Dobar dan, guys.
Dobar dan, guys. We're so happy for you to be a part of this family.
Slovenia.
There was a couple different ways to say it too.
Let's see. Oh wait, she said, okay, formal.
So info, we have a formal and informal way of saying hello. So informal way would be Julia. Hi.
Hi.
Let's say Zdravo.
Estravo.
This
Julio
is
Estravo. Hopefully one of those is right. Hi guys, we're so happy to have you.
Please let all your friends and family know. Anyone who you think would enjoy the podcast, they can find us on YouTube or any platform.
Any podcasting platform.
Yeah, there's like 8 or 9 of them that you can find us on.
And now on YouTube going forward, we have all our season 1 on there. There's not as many videos, but up to episode 24 and on. No. 25.
25
and forward are all video formats on YouTube.
Yes. So we're working really hard on these videos, guys. Hopefully you guys love seeing our faces and being able to.
We're actually getting ready for these videos now, as opposed to before. We were just
looking all haggard.
Yeah. So we're trying.
Hopefully you guys are enjoying it. Obviously, if we're getting new listeners, I think you guys are enjoying it. And we just hit 400 listens on the podcast. We could not be any more fucking excited. And
it's cool.
Just a real feeling. Like,
yeah, we were talking about it like
excited
earlier, and we were like, us? Like what?
You guys are us.
Yeah.
Like who would actually
so cool.
It's funny because really quick. It's funny because a lot of the times people make fun of us because we are like talk a lot, or like we just get super passionate about things and we can talk about it for fucking hours. But the fact that you guys literally find us and you tune in every single week to hear whatever bullshit that comes out of our mouths is like insane to me.
Keep in mind, we are very much aware that we talk a lot, and a lot of the times about fucking nothing, because we'll be like going through these edits and be like, girl, we can fucking talk. Like we sat there for 15 minutes talking about nothing. Yeah. So we're very self-aware about it.
Yes. We're working on keeping what's important, but also keeping it on brand, because that's who we are. Like if we're gonna tell you a story, you're gonna know the fucking socks we were wearing that day.
We gotta set the scene. We like to set the fucking scene. So we're glad you guys enjoy it.
Yeah, we love you so much. Thank you for being here. Moving on to the other Chisme chatter this week. Gina, I have to tell you about something that I seen. A new product that is coming out. And I don't know what it is with these fucking food companies. Just
Collaboration.
Way too far. Yes. Pepsi and IHOP, International House of Pancakes. If you guys don't know what that is, IHOP is a breakfast spot, and Pepsi are teaming up to create a brand new maple syrup soda.
Why?
I couldn't tell you.
Why?
But it also is not going to be sold in stores.
Only at IHOP?
Or at IHOP.
Oh. What?
Yeah. So it says that.
Where's it going to be sold? Only online or something?
Right now they're doing it as a giveaway type of thing. Like,
oh
yeah. So I don't know.
It's they're creating hype. They're marketing it real like good.
Yeah, like Pepsi sweepstakes is what they're hashtagging. But yeah, apparently 2,000 winners will receive a can, and one special fan will be surprised with a custom Pepsi shout out inspired by the iconic IHOP syrup pitchers.
Wow. I feel like, I don't know when the last time was that I heard a company doing sweepstakes. Like, you remember before there's a Disney Cruise sweepstake or a Nickelodeon sweepstake. Yeah. Like, that's the first time I've heard about a sweepstakes in a long time. Really? That's kind of cool.
It's just what they're hashtagging it as, but
it's not really.
I don't know. They're just saying that 2,000 people are gonna win a fucking can of this soda. So who knows? But I will put a picture of the can right here. It has some syrup like dripping down from the top.
On top of pancakes.
Literally. I don't know what the hell is on with the world, but apparently it's going to be like a similar flavor, but also incorporating, where does it say? Hold on. It says that it turns up the sweetness a couple of notches, obviously. The indulgent flavor profile of maple syrup with the crisp, refreshing caramel notes of a Pepsi. So we'll see.
Caramel notes of a Pepsi? Is Pepsi caramel?
They have
noted?
It's caramel noted. I think as well as Coke.
I had no idea.
I think that's like the cola. Anyways,
I love like cream soda. Like I really like cream soda. So I don't know if it's something similar to that. I don't know, but
fucking bomb.
It's literally like a root beer float. Like you're drinking the soda root beer float.
Exactly. Beautiful. Love that. But yeah, that was
crazy.
Fucking weird.
Okay,
let us know if you guys enter the sweepstakes, and if you guys try it somehow from now, let us know if it's good or not.
Yes, please. That'd be crazy. They're probably going to end up coming out with it in stores afterwards, but they're creating the hype for it right now.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
So this is something I'm sure everybody fucking knew about. This, and also what I've noticed is that it's very 50-50 on what people think about it.
Agreed.
If not, if you haven't seen, at the Oscars about a couple of days ago from when we're recording this, sorry, I don't mean to laugh. It's not okay.
Yeah.
Chris Rock was, doing a little bit. He was up there. He was about to announce whatever. Mm-hmm. And he made a joke about Jada Smith, something like G.I. Jane or whatever. But I guess the joke was in reference to her hair, which she has alopecia. So it's a disease that like you lose your hair and things like that.
She recently did an interview talking about her alopecia and like trying to spread awareness about like what's going on. So I think the main argument, I would say like the main argument of it is that Chris was being a little bit insensitive, but also.
So in response to his joke, well, initially he did laugh. Okay,
I did see that. I was going to tell you. Yeah, I was gonna mention that
he
too.
did laugh
in the
initially,
video,
but then
see
it cuts right to him.
Yeah,
but you see her kind of like rolling her eyes, like she didn't think it was funny. He goes up there, like doesn't say nothing. Chris Rock is like laughing, kind of like, "Ooh, it's about to happen," and smacks the shit out of him. Like open hand, smacks the fuck out of him, then walks off. Mm-hmm. And
nothing else happened.
And nothing else happened. Chris was just like kind of trying to play it off like, damn, Will Smith just smacked the fuck out of me or the shit out of me. And then from his seat, Will's like, he goes, keep my wife's name out of your mouth.
Yeah.
Like, and it turned serious, right? So yeah, I mean, what do you think? What do you think? Who do you think's the asshole in the situation?
One thing though, I will mention, I was on TikTok last night, of course. Couldn't sleep. I was on TikTok and I don't know what the truth could be. Obviously, we never know what actually happened or, behind the scenes production, blah, 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 whatever. But someone zoomed into Chris's face and it almost looked like he had like a patch or like something on his face.
I've seen that.
As if it was planned, like he knew it was going to happen. And then his response, like not doing anything, I feel like normally someone would have some type of response to getting slapped in the face. So it was just kind of like weird. And then the fact that he laughed too, I was just kind of like, okay. But I will say this. I just feel like Will Smith, I don't think that he was wrong for defending his wife. 1,000%. You're going to go hard for the one you love, but he could have used that opportunity to spread awareness about why it was wrong that he made the joke or why he didn't appreciate the joke in respect of her rather than just slapping him. Because I feel like it was a missed opportunity to really spread awareness. And a lot of the people probably didn't even understand what was going on. You know what I mean?
I feel like a lot did it in the crowd. Like no one understood what the switch.
Right.
Yeah.
So I just feel like it was a missed opportunity on his part to really drive it home. Like you're being an asshole about joking about something like that medically. Yeah. And this is why. And people would learn from that rather than just slapping and then everybody having to figure out why he was being an asshole. Yeah. But I do feel like it was insensitive for him to say something like that. But again, our generation,
I think it was definitely an insensitive joke. Period. There's really nothing like it was insensitive.
He probably
because of the fact that it was for a medical condition. But at the same time, and maybe this is like the petty side of me, I don't know, but I feel like like you said, if someone comes up to you, slaps the shit out of you, and walks away like they're the man, like they just punked you is pretty much what Will Smith did. He went up there, punked him, sat back down in his chair.
Right.
Now
and kept talking shit.
And kept talking shit. And I'm not saying again that Chris was right, but just in the fact that you're a comedian, bro. Like I feel like comedians are some of the best roasters. Like they will get on your ass.
Yeah.
So I'm very surprised that he didn't take that opportunity. Like, look, you just try to punk me by slapping the shit out of me and walking back to your chair. This is an opportunity for me because your business is already all out there that everybody knows of.
Yeah.
I can air out some shit right now.
Exactly.
Like you want to take this step to go far enough to hit me. I'm gonna take this step far enough to now make it worse because you just smacked the fuck out of me in front of live television and this audience of all A-list celebrities.
Right. And colleagues and people.
Yeah. So that's kind of the petty side of me is thinking like, damn, why didn't you kind of do something back? Like he's straight up, I'm sorry he punked you.
Right.
In front of a lot of people. So that was just kind of my thing. I was just kind of like, Chris also missed an opportunity to at least make himself look a little better than what he did.
Yeah. I agree.
It's just a wrong situation. It was wrong on both ends. Definitely it could have been handled differently.
I don't know.
Sticky situation.
Sticky like that maple syrup soda.
Very good.
Very good. But yeah, what do you guys think? Was he an asshole? Who was the asshole? Who do you think was the asshole? So you guys probably already seen it online, but there was a 14-year-old boy named Tyrese Sampson who recently tragically fell to his death from an Orlando amusement park ride at Icon Park. I don't know exactly what happened. Like his thing came undone, or
I seen the video. There's a video out there on this, which I think is really fucked up because he died from it, and that's why I seen the video, because it came up on my Twitter and I didn't know the story. I didn't know what it was. I just clicked on the video and seen it, and then once I'm going through the things, it's like, oh my god, he passed away, he died. Like, and I was like, why is this on the internet? This child just died in moments. Why is it getting like, I don't know, what would you say, like
viral?
But yeah, why is it going viral?
Yeah. So
I did see the video and it's really it was hard. Like it made my chest really heavy because you hear it, you know what I'm saying? He someone like screenshotted a part in it. They're saying that he was never fully like locked in, that it was like a drop zone type of ride. And so it went up and he was on it, but as it came down somewhere, I guess halfway.
Yeah, it's like a drop tower. So like Gina was mentioning, apparently he wasn't fully strapped into the seat and he was about halfway down its 430-foot descent when he fell out of it. I can't,
this is horrible.
like I can't even speak. Like I am just so sorry for his family. Apparently his dad also found out about him passing through the video, and I can't
which is
even
disgusting.
imagine
had
his entire life ahead of him. Like
14 years old.
I can't.
I mean, like, it's just so sad. And he's probably, just having like, I've had those times where for us it was like Great America or something, where at an amusement park and you're with your group of friends, like you're having fun, whatever, like it's fun. So for it to turn into something like that is really, really sad. And I remember seeing comments when I had seen the video that people were like, why are people just standing there like looking around, like why is no one helping him? And to me, I feel like when something like that happens, no one knows how you're going to respond. If you've never been in a situation like that, you don't know how you're going to react. And for something like that, which no one would ever think is going to happen,
right.
I don't think not everybody's first reaction is let me go like and help. Some people are in shock. Like some people literally they freeze. It's flight, fight, or freeze.
Right.
And a lot of those people froze. But I also do think that
just like you can't really prepare for something like that.
No, like no one thought that was going to happen. But at the same time, if the workers weren't like, if they were negligent and didn't make sure that every single person was like strapped in correctly,
right.
Or if he wasn't supposed to be on the ride, like I know there's restrictions with certain things. If he wasn't meant to go on it, then they should have said that.
Yeah.
They shouldn't have just tried to be like, oh, well, let's see. Like, then that's different.
Life, it's not okay.
Yeah. But when something like that happens, you can't blame someone for the way they react, because that's traumatic as fuck. Like,
right. And imagine they're getting paid. Most likely they're
minimum
teenagers, young 20-year-olds. They're not paramedics. They're not EMTs. They're not firefighters. They don't know what the hell to do. They know how to operate the fucking machine, pressing the buttons, but other than that, they're not required to give medical attention or help or anything in any way. So
and then also I just thought about it right now, like also the friends that he must have been with that were still on the ride. Like I can't even imagine that kind of trauma that they're experiencing now, like that kind of PTSD they're gonna have,
thinking that they were going there to have fun and hang out. It was probably their spring break, because it was on a Thursday. It was probably their spring break and they thought nothing of it. And
I think it happened late. I think it was like 11 something or whatever, so definitely they must have been on a spring break if they were out that late as kids,
right
in the middle of the week. But so rest in peace to Tyree, and prayers for his family. I mean, that's horrible.
We can only send our prayers and positive vibes your guys' way, but hopefully there's some type of something. I don't know what it could be, but
they do like work better on their safety measures. I don't know. There's something.
God bless him and his family. Send all of your thoughts and prayers to his family if you guys haven't heard about it already. I'm pretty sure there's GoFundMe. If I can find one, I'll post in the description box for you guys too, so you guys can help if you can, or share if you can't, donate.
So the last thing on our Chisme Chatter, trying to kind of switch it up back on a high note. It's not even really a high note. It's just kind of a funny like thing that you said. I don't know. I thought it was kind of funny.
Okay.
So this past weekend, I went with my sister to her coworker's daughter's quince, right? And at a certain point, like after we're eating, I got something in my teeth. And so I'm trying to get it out, but mind you, we're at a table with strangers. Like it's weird for me to try to be getting something out of my teeth. So I couldn't get it out. Like I tried drinking water, swishing it around, that wasn't working.
Yeah.
So I was like, we need to go to the bathroom. Like I'm not talking to all these random strangers with something in my teeth.
Yeah.
So we go to the bathroom and we're in the mirror, like I'm trying to get it out. And the damas of the quinceañera, they like, some of them come inside, they're using the bathroom, and then some stayed outside. So we're at the mirror, and then one of them comes out from using the bathroom, like washed her hands, and is standing at the mirror, and she goes to her friend that was sitting outside, and she goes, "Not you sitting outside the bathroom." And me and my sister just looked at each other like we made eye contact, because I've never experienced hearing a Gen Z kid literally use those, like, that kind of,
in person.
I don't know, in person, like those vocabulary slang,
not
whatever
you being shook at Gen Z.
Literally, I was like, we looked at each other like, yo, that was real life.
Yeah.
Like, I've seen TikToks of people saying like, oh, when you have a Gen Z sibling and how they talk. I'm not around Gen Z kids. Like, I'm around one, and I've never heard her talk like that, but I also don't know how she talks with her friends.
Yeah.
But I don't hear that. Like, I don't actually hear in real life kids talking like that.
Right.
So to hear it in person, I was like,
you were like,
whoa,
it's real.
Yeah. It was like, it was almost the realization that we're now for sure at that age where we're not a part of the new lingo and slang that the kids are saying. Like, I was like, Monica,
trying to keep up via TikTok, but it's hard work.
Yeah, so hearing it, it was just funny to like hear in person. I was like, wow, this really showed their age.
Like, it's not like, thank God it wasn't a lingo or term that you've never heard of, because then you would have been like, this bitch talking shit. Like,
yeah. I just thought it was funny because I was like, wow, we're really
we're old.
We're not,
bro.
We're not the young ones no more.
Say it with your chest, we're old.
we're not old, but we're definitely not part of the young crew no more.
Right. We'll do our best to keep up, but
and especially with our year, like, we're 98 babies. Right. So I feel like we're on the cusp. I think technically we are considered Gen Z.
Yeah.
But if anyone who's part of this like 96 to 99 era, we are really dead smack in the middle of millennial and Gen Z.
Right. We need our own generation. Yeah,
because we don't relate to Gen Z.
Nobody wants us. The millennials are like, yeah, you guys are totally, not 90s babies or whatever. And then the Gen Z is like, nah, you can't fit in with us either because we're 2000s babies. So
I definitely would relate more.
Really? We don't
belong. We're the middle children.
Yeah, dead ass.
Yeah.
Wow.
I would say we relate more to the millennial side than Gen Z,
for sure.
But
us just being very mature in ourselves anyways, I think that we just gravitate toward that anyway.
Yeah. Just crazy. I just thought it was crazy. I just wanted to mention it because I was like, it's so weird.
We'll take what resonates and leave what we don't.
Right. Now that we have your guys' hearts pumping, brain juice is flowing.
Boiling. No.
Yeah. We can jump into our main segment. What do you got for us today, Em?
So there's a thread on Twitter. It's called "By age 25, you should know this," and it's a question, or there's a question mark at the end. I don't know if this person is the only person to post it, or how some people like steal it and whatever. But the person who I found it from is at copywriting_dad on Twitter. And there was a lot of people who retweeted it and quoted it and liked it and stuff. So I just happened to see it and I sent it to Gina. I was like, what do you think about this being kind of a part 2 to our In Your 20s episode? But there's a lot of things that are like back certain things we didn't really talk about. Yeah. If you're on YouTube, right here.
Because we're still in our 20s too. We're getting close to the mid-20s era.
Yes.
And I feel like
mentioning that
all the time that we thanks. No,
don't age
I feel
us
like
now.
we're always learning something. Like, we're always it feels like we're going through such a transitional phase. It just there's so much going on at this time. So this thread was, when you sent it to me, I was like, oh, this would be perfect because a lot of this stuff we're starting to learn now.
Right.
And
the way that they worded some things, I'm like, I don't know if I would say it that bluntly, but I appreciate the honesty, But let's just get into it. I'll do the odd ones and you want to do the even ones?
Okay. Are we going down the list?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So jumping right in, the first one is your loved ones may not always celebrate your wins. Whoo!
That one's blunt, but that one's the truth. Honestly, I think so. I'm not gonna say obviously not for everybody, but I also seen a quote. This isn't verbatim because I don't remember it exactly, but it's pretty much like the people close to you are gonna be silent. Like when you're doing whatever your dream, whatever it is you're doing, you're gonna be silent, but strangers will hype you up.
Yeah.
And it's like you would think it'd be the opposite, but it's not. It's almost like people that are close to you don't want to see you.
I think it depends on who you surround yourself with, though.
Exactly. And I also think a lot of the times too, it's when your family has had a certain kind of lifestyle for years, like generations wise.
Yeah.
When you go to do bigger things than what that is, since they've never experienced that and they don't know anybody that's ever experienced that, it's kind of, I think it also can come from a place of fear on their part.
Right. And like uncertainty.
Yeah, they're like, no, I know that you'd be fine if you get a 9 to 5, go to college, get a 9 to 5. But if you decide you want to do something that's outside of that, they're like, no, because that might not work. You know,
like I don't know if it's like always coming from
a
way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, but this one's saying celebrate your wins too. Like I'm thinking, you know, they might not celebrate you venturing out and doing what it is, like your passion or your dream.
But I think that celebrate your wins in a way, like, number one, finding a dream or like having a dream and really being passionate about it, to me would be a win already. And like knowing what you want to do with your life and putting your hard work into it. Or maybe let's say, for example, this podcast, like we put time and energy into it every single week. Like it's something that we are really passionate about, but not everyone agrees with it or thinks that it's a job or a career or, you know, those types of things. Like social media in general is like a foreign language to another generation, you know? So
it's like this silly thing that, you know, oh, they're just doing this. Like it's whatever.
Yeah.
Which
it's just
obviously like we don't take it. Yeah. Like we don't take ourselves too seriously, but when it comes to the podcast or anything like that, like we really do try to plan these things out and be consistent with what we're doing. But it's also because we want to do it. Like we kind of joked about earlier, like we don't really get that much feedback, but we do it. So if that was what we were really doing it for, we would have been stopped because we don't get feedback since episode 1.
It's a passion project.
Yeah, but we love doing it, so we're gonna continue to do it.
Exactly.
You know, and when that time comes that we're getting more and more engagement and feedback, then it's gonna be just the, you know, it's happy because we've been working for that. You know,
we have to lay the groundwork before people even notice it to comment or to say something to us. You know, so
yeah,
I think it's just. With that, the advice that I could think of is just making sure that you do surround yourself with people who do celebrate your wins and who do want to see you successful.
Big or small.
Yeah. It's like, I could text you the smallest thing and you'd be like, bitch, I'm so proud of you. Like this and that. And it's not like you've never come from a place of jealousy. Come from a place of jealousy, I mean. And so those types of people are the ones that you want. Exactly.
I don't know if that's one of the points in here. But because I didn't read them like one at a time, I kind of like skimmed through each one.
Yeah.
But that's such a good one, is like the jealousy part. I think that is maybe something that you also learn in your 20s. I don't know if you haven't already, because I know teenage stuff is different, like your kids, but
it doesn't weigh as heavy.
Yeah, but I feel like in your 20s, or I just kind of got to like a place where I remember seeing this quote that was like, you can't make it a competition because I'm happy for you. Like it's never going to be, I'm jealous of you or whatever. It's like, I'm happy for you. Like if you're doing good, I want you to do good. Why would I not? If I'm calling you my friend or my family, why do I not want you to be growing? You know?
Exactly. I don't want you to be the same person you are today, tomorrow.
Right.
You know?
I think just not seeing as someone else's path as they're doing better than you, because it's a whole different path than what you're on.
Right.
You know?
And I think in a way, like, not saying like obviously being jealous of your friends is good, but feeling like, wow, she's working really hard and like I admire that. Like I think that's not
using
jealousy,
it
that's
as
like appreciation, but like as motivation to be
as
like,
motivation.
You know what? I want to find something I'm really passionate about, so I can feel that sense of passion and fulfillment the same way she does. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
like you can think like, oh, I want that. I don't have that. But then instead of
like,
being,
that's cool.
Yeah, like instead of being upset or jealous with that person, it's like, okay, well, within myself, what do I want to do that's gonna make me feel that way or get to a place like that, you know?
Exactly. I love
that. Kind of goes into the second one, which is life will most times never go as planned. And I think we actually mentioned that point too in the life in your 20s. Like pretty much be prepared for a curveball. Like be prepared for
years
anything.
Of
Pivoting, that's what it was. Be prepared to pivot, because life is going to throw so much curveballs, left, rights, up, downs. Like
in the last 2 years alone,
you're spinning.
Like, it's insane.
Yeah.
It's insane what could happen.
I done got smacked with curveballs.
Right. And so
rocked
I think it's healthy it's healthy to be adaptable and be able to just be resilient,
I think it's still working on it. I'm not saying this as in like I got it down or nothing, but
oh no, me
when
neither.
I've gotten to the place of like certain situations, because there are times where I'm stressed the fuck out about whatever's happening. Yeah. But then there's other ones where I've been like, you know what? Okay, this is what it is, what it is. What are we gonna do?
Yeah.
And that is so much, it's just so much less weight on you when you can put your mindset in that place of like, okay, it happened, I can't do nothing about it, what are we going to do going forward, instead of stressing off the fact that it just happened.
Exactly. Especially if it's
I don't know
out
if that
of your
makes sense.
control, because you can't worry about the things that are out of your control. You have no way to control it. Like, it sounds dumb to say it like that, like duh, but like seriously, if you can't
be in control of everything,
why are you going to worry about it? You're just going to worry
feel
about
like we have to be in control.
Yeah. Also having anxiety, but I don't know if everyone feels that. Like, it feels the control type of thing, but I know like my anxiety does stem from not having control over certain situations, or like maybe I would say one of my triggers is control, like having control, or being, not that I'm a controlling person, but like having control over certain scenarios or something.
Right.
But when you can't, you just have to somehow just free it from your mind, because it's only going to weigh you down, like you said, be a huge weight on your shoulders, like,
because then you're constantly worrying about what's going to happen next, or whatever,
or like fearful of what will happen next, because if this was bad, then the next thing's going to be bad, and then you just spiral,
or shall we say doubtful.
And in I didn't even read the next one. That's why I was like, yeah, doubtful. You're right. Good word, Gina. Very good.
I was trying to set you up for the next one.
Yes, girl.
I was trying to make a Segu for you.
Thank you for my Segu queen. The third one is worrying and doubting yourself won't take you anywhere. And I'm going to add but down. No, I'm just kidding. Rock bottom. There ain't nowhere to go further from there. So
that's kind of the good thing about rock bottom, though, is like, I know that sounds weird or fucked up, but like when you felt like you're at rock bottom, at least you can say there's nowhere else I can go besides right here. Like I can only go up at this point. Like there's nothing else that can get me past.
Hit rock bottom? Like, how do you know that there's nothing worse that can happen? Because you know how some people like, oh well, at least the sun's out and it starts raining, and you're like, well, fuck, like I got nothing.
You're like, at least my car is clean. You just clean your car and then it starts raining, and you're like, now I'm gonna have water spots all over my fucking car.
Or freaking bird shits on your car, and you're like, well, but it's also out of your
control. You can say that's good luck.
I was gonna say it's out of your control, so it shouldn't be something you're worrying about anyways. But
that's something you laugh off. We are like, fuck me.
like you said, you can't take shit too seriously in life, because otherwise you're gonna be miserable and everything's gonna be negative to you.
I seen this. Well, actually, Carl showed me this video where a guy was saying, if you focus on the negative, that's all you're gonna see. And he used I don't know if you would call it an analogy or whatever. He said like when you're or a metaphor, but like when you're skiing down a mountain, he goes, if you're only paying attention, like I don't want to hit a tree, all you're going to be looking at are the trees because you want to avoid them. He goes, but if you just focus on the path, then all you're seeing is the path. So no matter what's going to be in your way, you're seeing, you're right away. This is where you should be following. Right. And it's like, I feel like I was definitely like that. Like I would focus on all the things that were stressful because I'm like, okay, I have to do something about it. Like I have to do this, this, and this, or whatever. Instead of just being like, well, let me handle what I can control, and what I can't, I'm gonna have to just leave it, let go and let God.
I was just gonna say, let go, let God.
Yeah,
I agree. And God's definitely someone look for in times of like needing comfort, or you rely on your faith so that you don't overdoubt yourself or over worry yourself, because regardless, like there's a plan there, you got your faith, and you can rely on that, to find some
and
comfort.
Honestly, like I'm not even I wouldn't call myself a very religious person. Like I'm not a church every Sunday or read the Bible. I've never read the Bible. I know I've learned some verses because I went to school for it, but I'm just more like, I believe in God. I believe in the universe. I believe there's a higher power somewhere, because there's things that happen that nobody can explain. So you can't tell me there's not a higher power, you know?
Yeah.
But like,
whatever that looks like.
But definitely the faith, like faith in them and those things, that shit's going to figure itself out, you know?
Yeah. And then it weighs less on you because it's like, you already know that higher power person knows you can get through it. So you do it. You just follow it, you know?
And then when you think about the fact that we're on a fucking planet that is the tiniest little minuscule thing in the whole solar system or universe, or not even universe, because there's many different types of universes and galaxies and all this different stuff.
Yeah. Which is even worse because we're even smaller in that case.
Like we're in this tiny little speck of pretty much nothing. Like we're damn near nothing.
By chance.
And but it feels
gravity
like
works by chance, right?
Like all the shit we go through feels like such big things because that's all we know. But when you really step back and think about how small we are, it's like
all big picture, little problems.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, if you guys haven't heard the song "Stay in My Lane," oh my god, who's it
we've
by?
Mentioned it. We've mentioned it.
She literally says, "All these problems this small," and when I was going through my worst days, I'd be in the car, all these problems this small,
and crying through it.
And like just trying to remind myself of that. But it's so true, though.
Yeah.
Like it sounds so vague, but it's really true.
Right, and it might be something that's. Like the way I think about it too is a lot of our problems are very time sensitive. Like a lot of our problems are going to be done, whether it be in the hour, the day, the week, the month, whatever. A lot of our problems are not going to be something that's like long term. So if the same way that I tell myself about pain, like if I know I'm in pain or something, or I have to go do something that might be painful, like, I don't know, like a medical procedure. I don't know. I'm just thinking like something that would cause pain to you that you don't want it. I try to remind myself pain is temporary. So it's only the way that I'm feeling right now, and it's going to get better. I'm going to be fine. The same way I think about it, this problem is temporary. It might be heavy. It might be all I can think about right now, but eventually I'm not even going to remember probably, or it's going to be like a damn, you know, like I don't even want to talk about that, you know?
Yeah.
You're going to get over it. It's just, you need time. You need time and just healing.
Allow yourself to like go through the motions.
Yeah.
That's something I guess I can say I've learned is getting better at letting myself go through the motions, because I feel like for so long before, like I feel like before I held them all in. I was very to myself with my emotions. I didn't like people knowing if I was like sad or I was crying or whatever.
Like very reserved.
And very reserved. And I feel like as I'm getting older, I'm kind of learning how to not do that anymore. Like little by little, but at the same time it's still hard for me. Like I still don't like crying in front of people. I still don't like that was never a thing for me. Like but not also, my parents.
Like, you're someone who also like you do so well with tough love that I feel like that's why. You know what I mean?
Maybe, yeah.
Like you get tough love, and that's the way that you see like progress, or you see someone like telling you something.
Yeah.
Instead of someone like crying to you about something. Like I feel like it wouldn't land the same way.
That makes a lot of sense.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. No, that makes a lot of sense. I didn't see like that much vulnerability growing up, so I never wanted to, I guess, be that or.
Yeah, like I don't want to be a crybaby because no one else is a crybaby, or you'll get made fun of because you're a crybaby.
When I was a kid, I used to cry a lot, and then as like once I hit like I don't know 6th grade or something, no, not even maybe like maybe 6th grade, then it just flipped, and I was like, I'm not showing my emotions anymore.
Yeah, you're like I'm done.
My mom. It was funny. My mom recently was like. She's like, you and your sister never cry. And Boba was like, really? Because for me, I was like, in my own life, I know that I cry a lot. I was like, anxiety wise. So I was like, really? And then I remembered the fact that like, I don't like to cry in front of people. So when I do, it's like, whoa, are you okay? Like, what's going on? Yeah. And that makes it worse. Because now it's a big deal that I'm crying.
You try and reserve it too.
I hate that with my whole heart. Like I hate being the center of attention in general, but especially if I'm like in my emotions, I don't want to be the center of attention.
I think it's just maybe even you processing all of your emotions because it's so raw and real. It's like, let me get a handle of what I'm even feeling before I then try and explain it to someone who's trying to be there for me, but maybe it's just making you uncomfortable because you're like, I normally do this alone, you know?
Yeah.
I get you.
So being more open,
I don't think
more vulnerable.
But I think too with that is just being selective over who you're vulnerable with, because
the wrong person, I don't think that's gonna change.
Yeah, it's like for the wrong person, that would be like their bait. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I don't see that part changing in me. Like, I'm not gonna just be crying to some random person or that I just met, or like opening up.
It's been a rough day.
The fucking cashier, she's like, so how are you doing? And I just start bawling, crying.
Right. She's like, so how's your day going? As she's scanning your stuff, and you're just like, oh, I'm so glad you asked.
What's that that Cardi TikTok? She goes, I'm so glad you asked because I got a lot to say, or something like that.
Yeah.
Number 4 is you will get screwed most by the people you trust. That one's hard.
That's what I was saying. Like some of the way that they were worded, I was like,
yeah. I feel like in a sense, yes, because I feel like you can get the most hurt by the people that you actually care about because you've opened up and are vulnerable with them.
Right.
But I wouldn't say that all of the people you trust, like,
because those people also aren't purposely trying to hurt you. Most of the time.
I feel like if it's someone that you genuinely like have built a relationship with and you trust them, I don't think that eventually they're going to screw you over.
Right.
Hopefully, I guess, obviously, but
just by default of them being the person you trust. I don't think
I don't think they have, malintentions.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like if you have a falling out or something, like that might be situational, but I don't think just because that's the person that you trust that's the reason why you're not friends or something, you know?
And if you do feel like if it's all the people you trust that screw you over, then maybe you're not hanging around with the right people. Right. And maybe they do have bad intentions. Trusting. And
this next one I really, really, really like a lot.
I love that. Okay.
Yeah. This one is something that we're working on. I would say like the last year. We really kind of opened up a lot more, would you say?
Definitely agree. 100%.
Yeah. Okay. So number 5 is getting out of your comfort zone is the only way for you to grow, like it or not. And that's it.
Yeah.
They said what they said.
And it wasn't until, like you said, this year that it really, really hit me, because I think at the same time of us trying to get out of my comfort zone, it was triggering my anxiety super bad. And it was, I feel like this past year, my anxiety was at its worst than it's been since when I first started experiencing it.
Same.
And then it got to the point where I was like, I'm fucking over it. Like, I cannot physically, mentally cannot do this anymore. Yeah. And then I decided to do a career change. Well, it kind of just happened, but like a career change. And now I'm going into something that's every aspect of it is out of my comfort zone, especially anxiety wise. Like every single aspect of it is going to be out of my comfort zone. But that's kind of what drew me to it, because I knew that if I continue to stay in my comfort zone, I'm not going to get anywhere that we want to get to. Like any of our plans, any of my own plans, like it's not going to happen, you know? And I finally like smacked me in the face, was like, dude, you need to just fucking do it. Like get past your fears, and or maybe just, I think, learn how to work with my fears is something that I'm working on, is because my fears, to me, if I felt afraid of something, it would trigger my anxiety. And now I'm working on, when I feel afraid of something, it's just reminding myself that it's for growth, you know?
Yeah. Instead of avoiding it.
Exactly. I would avoid the fuck out of it because I was like, something new? Oh no, I'm not gonna be able to do that. Yeah.
Like, first of all, like knowing your trigger, number 1. Number 2, it's like knowing that you're being triggered, because it's not only the actual trigger itself, but knowing that it is triggering you. And then the third thing is the lack of control, not being able to control the fact that you're being triggered and you're feeling it physically, not only just mentally. And then working through it instead of avoiding it.
Yeah.
It's fucking hard. And then doing it all over again every single time.
Something big for me that I realized that I didn't realize, but now I do, is that with, I don't know if it was with anxiety or I don't know, but when it would come to starting something new or trying new things, I didn't used to be this way. And then I eventually got to a place where I didn't want to try something new because I was like, I'll look stupid because I don't know how to do it. Like I would think that if I'm doing something new, I have to already be pretty good at it or decent enough at it off the jump. even with no fucking prior experience or anything like that. Like, I don't know why I thought
like
that.
It's an unrealistic expectation of yourself.
Of myself. So I knew that I'm not gonna be able to, this is where I should be, but I know that I'm not gonna be able to meet that. So I would just be like, no, I'm cool. Like, I'm not gonna do it. Because I didn't want to feel or look stupid.
Right.
But how am I ever gonna learn how to do anything else if I don't get past that first stage, you know?
Right. At least trying it and seeing if there's something that intrigues you.
Like just try.
Yeah.
And even if you look stupid,
look stupid.
Who cares?
Who's gonna tell you look stupid? Your friend better not. Like,
I feel like you got to get to it, like look stupid a little bit, you might, and that's okay. And then you'll get to the point where you are smart with it. Like, you look smart doing it. You look like you know what you're doing because you got past that whole phase, you know?
Exactly. And not only that, but even if you're not good at something or you're trying something new, even if like you do bad or you're whatever, like at least you know, either I did bad and I had fun, or I did bad and I don't want to do it again. You know, like you learn something regardless. Like, I'm going to try at this again, and maybe you will perfect the thing, and then whatever. Or you try it, you hated it, and you can laugh about it. Like, what are you wasting? Nothing, but you're gaining experience.
Ooh, thanks for that, Sagu.
You're welcome.
The next one, it says, literally no one cares if you succeed or fail unless they have something to gain or lose. So I think really I don't care about whether someone else has something to gain or lose or like whatever, but like, if we're talking about trying new things, like I feel like just the experience alone, you learn something. You know? And that was something else I think we've talked about too, is I just want to get back to learning. Like, school specifically, like that setting, not for me. I struggled with it a lot, but just learning in general, because there's different ways to learn now. Like, you can learn one on your own, you can learn by experience, internships, like all this different thing. It doesn't just have to be even a school setting. Videos, or podcasts. No, but for real, like there's so many other options that you have to learn something new. And I got back to a place where I want to learn so much new things, like not even about anything specific, like just in general, I want to learn more stuff. I felt like for a long time I wasn't learning.
Like more hobbies to do, even if it's small things. Like, for example, like I really want to learn how to either crochet or knit or both or whatever, just because it's like busy work that I can do, and it probably will help my anxiety, because like just something to focus on, you know what I mean?
And it's like a good cerebellum brain exercise.
Right.
Good for memory when you get older.
Exactly. So I want to learn like certain things like that now, even though they're probably like super granny, but I'm already a homebody, so I would enjoy that, you know? But like just doing certain things like that, or like certain skills, certain crafts, like I don't know, just keeping yourself busy, number one. Number two, you're learning new things and you can make stuff. That's so cool.
No, one thing I want to learn is fluently, I guess, is sign language.
Ooh, yeah. Number 7, you are growing old and there is no way to reverse that. Which is kind of rude to say. You're getting older and you're only getting older.
You're not getting any younger.
I like to say wise, not old.
Honestly, like I don't mind. Like I don't mind that we're getting older. I think I don't know, it's not that I'm trying to stay young or nothing. So getting older doesn't really, it's not a trigger for me.
I think we've always been like looking forward to the things in adulthood. So it doesn't bother us as much to be adults.
And also, like,
besides the responsibilities,
where I thought that I would be at this age when I was 16 or 18, whatever, is not at all the place I'm at, like actually at this age now. So I have no concept of what I'm supposed to be doing at whatever age anymore, you know, like now I'm kind of taking, like now I'm taking it more as things come. Again, I think more because
what
like
can I
life
do right now?
Exactly, because I've gotten to the point where now I know like life is just gonna throw shit at you. Like shit can change, shit can be different in 2 months, shit can be different in 6 months, shit can be different tomorrow. Like I can't control that. So at this point I thought I would already had like 2 kids or something. And now where I'm at now, I'm like, we got a couple years, unless again something changes closer to that, to where we're good, like financially, then that's different. But like getting older, there's just no timeline. Like it's not, it's just kind of okay. God bless another year.
Yeah, a lot of people are like, oh, like I don't want to turn 30, or like when they start creeping up on 29, they're like, oh, like I want to stay in my 20s forever. And I'm just like, hell no.
And I think also because we're at the point of like, we don't know what the fuck we're doing right now. And they say that when you're in your 30s,
Gina, we don't know what the fuck we're doing.
Isn't that everything we're saying right now? Like,
I'm just kidding.
Did I say something new?
No.
Like, we don't.
That you said it was funny.
It's true though. Like, we don't. True. And I feel like they always say in your 30s or 40s, like you come in tuned with yourself, and you.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for that. Like, I'm excited for that.
We're working on the self-awareness now, so that we can have it full effect. 30
so I'm excited to be older and feel in tune with myself, you know. Finally. I can't imagine what that feels like, but can't wait for it.
Right. And I think it's especially important to do that too before having kids, because then you don't have that period of, oh, I don't even know what I like to do outside of being a mom, or I don't know who I am outside of being a mom. And that can come very easily to a lot of people. And I think I hear that a lot more now lately with women or just parents in general, you know, saying like, I don't even know the things that I like because I'm always so caught up in my kids or my lifestyle or my job or whatever it looks like. And I think that's something too, like, I don't really know, like, I know my favorite things, but also there's a lot of things that I feel like I don't know about myself, which is weird because you think you would know those things about yourself because you're with yourself all the time, but it's not true. Like, I really don't.
I feel like there's a lot of things that I like that my social, either like shyness or whatever you want to call it, like didn't allow me to do. Like we were talking about it recently. Like, I took a dance class, right?
Yeah.
And completely out of my comfort zone. Homegirl, she was putting us on the spot.
She's like a drill sergeant.
No, like, she was so cool, but she would like, she's gonna put you on the spot, you know? And at the same time though, I needed that, because had she not done that, I wouldn't have taken advantage of the class as much as I would have had she thank you. I
wouldn't would have tried to blend in.
Exactly. I wouldn't have really like gotten into it and, you know, tried my best, but she was able to kind of like push it out of me.
Yeah.
And so I feel like I'm more outgoing than what I think I am. I think I got so used to allowing my shyness to be my excuse to not get into stuff, but
like
I feel
a personality trait.
Exactly. And I feel like that's not me though. Like, I feel like because I had so much fun when I did it that I'm like, why don't I do this all the time? Like, if this made me happy, why don't I do this? Just because I'm shy, like, quote unquote, you know? Like, I need to kind of step out.
A bad comment to say, like, if you're not doing it for them anyway, you know?
Exactly.
But in my head, I think the same way, like, oh, I'm gonna look dumb. Like how you were saying, like, I don't like to try new things either because I'm like, oh, I'm gonna look stupid, or someone's gonna look at me and think something, or they're gonna say something and they're gonna laugh at me, or like, I don't know, I'm gonna fuck up and then I'm gonna look dumb or awkward or embarrassed or whatever. And that makes me uncomfortable, obviously.
Right.
It would make anyone uncomfortable. But when you, like you said, once you get past that, or like you're pushed outside of that, I just don't know if I'm there yet to not like feel some type of way if I'm being pushed that hard in that moment, you know?
Okay, I can
like
see that.
It might trigger me in a way to where like back. I just I just leave, or I don't want to do it anymore, you know? Because I feel like I've lost the like fun part of it, but I feel like I'll get there soon. It's just I don't know what has to change in my brain, but like we're getting there. We're just not all the way there yet, you know?
Yeah. So the next one is, every circumstance is temporary. Good or bad, remember, change is the only constant in life. God bless for change.
Yeah.
I love change.
My mom made me this necklace after my grandpa passed away. And it was like, it was called an origami owl necklace. So you could put charms in it, and it was like a circle, and it was see-through. And you pop open the top and you could put little charms for it. And then there was a little, kind of like a dog tag, but it was really small. It was like a little chain on it, or a little extra piece on the chain. Okay. It was a little pendant, and it said, at one side it had a butterfly, and then on the other side it said, for without change there would be no butterflies. And it just stuck with me, like, even something bad happening, like someone passing away, like, for without change there would be no butterflies. So it's true.
Yeah.
If nothing in your life changes, there's no beauty or no growth or anything out of it.
No growth. Yeah,
exactly.
Like when they say, like, people are like, oh, you changed so much, and it's like, dude, we knew each other when we were 12.
I hope so.
Of course I fucking changed.
I fucking hope I did. Like,
I hope you're not the same person either.
Yeah. I can even say I'm not even the same person I was at the end of last year. Like I've learned things and have developed and grown enough in these 3 months that I'm like, no, I'm not the same person I was in December or even New Year's, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like if you're not doing that in life, you're just living life wrong. Like, what are you doing?
What is that quote? That's like, some people just exist, but they're not living, or something like that. I think Nicki Minaj or someone says it in one of her songs too.
I was like, no, I'm not lucky. I'm blessed. Yes.
Yes. Because I don't want to just live. Like, I want to have fun. I want to have fun stories. I want to have fun experiences and memories to look back on. Like, I don't want to get older once we have kids and are settled down. Mm-hmm. Not that you can't have fun and make fun memories when you have kids. I'm not saying that, but like, it's different.
It's careless fun right now.
Exactly. Like, I don't want to look back then and then look back and be like, I didn't do nothing fun. Like, I didn't do crazy stuff when I had the chance, when there'd be no repercussions or someone that depends on me, you know?
Yeah. And also the fun things that we're going to end up doing as parents is like fun things we're going to do with our kids, or fun things that are going to be, or things that are going to be fun for them, not necessarily, or like as a family. Yeah. But like things that are catered more to them, but it's fun because you want to see them be happy and have fun, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, like the things that we're doing now, it's like stupid stuff, like, or not stupid, they're memories, but I get what you mean. I think
stupid, but not in a bad way, just like stupid as in
like not in a negative way. It means something to us. It's just stupid stuff.
I feel like sometimes when you do stupid stuff, that's when you create the best memories.
Number 9 is people will always treat you according to how you treat yourself. You're basically conditioning that the other people in your life or the other people around you to treat you a certain way by the way that you treat yourself.
100% agree, because I feel like you're allowing people, when they do something wrong to you and you don't say anything about it, you just allowed them to do it, and then they're gonna think, okay, well, they let me do it, so I'm gonna just keep doing it. Right. But if like you were to be like, if you were to just stop it right in that square one, like nope, I don't like that, set that boundary, then people are either they're gonna cross it and you don't put up with it, so then you don't deal with them,
right?
Or they're like, okay, this is the boundary, I can't cross this, and they respect it, you know?
And that's how people learn to treat you, is by hopefully respecting the boundaries that you put up, and it allows them to get to know you in a way that you're comfortable with. Mm-hmm. You know, so I definitely agree.
I like that one. Ooh, we just talked about this on the work one.
Exactly.
You can always be replaced. I think this is true with work wise. I don't think it's true for who you are as a person.
Just individually.
Yeah.
No one's like you. No one's the same as you are.
Right.
Like, so, for example, you and I are like 2 peas in a fucking pod. Damn near everything in common. Say the same things all the damn time. But like, we're not each other.
Exactly.
You know? Like we're still our individual self. We love the hell out of each other. Mm-hmm. But I think it's also nice that we love that we are individuals, because we love that we bring
the similarities and we love the differences.
Yeah, like we bring something both different to the table. Like our minds don't think exactly the same. Obviously, our creative side isn't exactly the same, but together it's like we make magic, man.
Puzzle pieces.
Period. So I think it's just, that is true. But in your personal life, I feel like it shouldn't be where someone's
remember the song
your head, like you're replaceable, you know?
Do you remember that song by Miguel? Was it by Miguel? What? No. Oh my God, no, it's not Miguel. Oh my God, hold on. I'm having like a fucking flashback. Junior high, there was a song. Okay. I forgot who it was by, but it was a girl, and she's like, "You're the apple to my pie. You're the
straw to my berry.
Yeah. You're the smoke when I'm high.
And you're the one I want to marry." Yeah.
That's. Hold on. I have to find it now. I have to find it.
Is it called Perfect 2 or something with 2?
Oh, yes. That sounds like it's right. Auburn.
Something with 2.
Perfect 2.
Auburn.
Perfect 2 by Auburn. Oh my God. I'm having. This is so weird. Please tell me that some of you guys remember that song. That was
unlocked a memory I forgot I had.
Same, literally same. That's crazy.
It's a fun song to sing, for real.
Yeah, it's just so corny.
Yeah, we should play it next time we're together.
Yeah,
we make TikToks from it.
That should have been on our Palm Springs Drive playlist.
Good one. We should just start a fucking playlist for us and just keep adding songs to it.
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh. This is a good one. It says, normalize spending time alone if you want to know more about people around you.
What does that mean?
I think what
or like how are you taking it? Because how do you take it? Because I'm confused. Yeah.
Normalize spending time alone if you want to know more about people around you.
Like reflect on the people around you when you're by yourself?
I think like if you can't recognize things about yourself in spending time alone, then you wouldn't be able to like.
Okay, that makes sense.
Make sense?
If you can't recognize it in yourself, then you're not going to be able to recognize it in other people.
Like to see it in others. Yeah.
That would make sense to me.
Yeah. I just couldn't figure out how to explain it. That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. That makes sense to me. I just never really thought about that. Like, I definitely like my alone time. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, I have to have a balance.
Very much appreciate alone time. But like you said, the balance, I need to be around people too. Otherwise, I get too much in my head, you know?
Right. But people I'm comfortable with. Like, I could go... In the way that I'm like, ooh, I want to stay in my comfortable little box that I've created. Uh-huh. I could go my whole life never talking to a stranger again. But just talking to people that I know and I love, you know? Obviously, that's not realistic, but I'm just saying, like, I'm very talkative, but only to people that I'm comfortable with.
It's like when you get categorized as being introverted or extroverted, but it's like I felt like for a long time I was introverted because I didn't like being like center of attention or going out there and whatever, talking to a bunch of random strangers. And then, but when I'm with people I'm comfortable with, I'm extroverted. Like I'm outgoing. Like if we're in Vegas and we're out there, you know, we're dancing, not giving a fuck who's looking, who's watching, whatever. We're just having ourselves a good old time. Like if I'm around people and we're having a good time, I will literally make myself look so stupid. I don't care because I'm having a good time, you know?
Exactly.
But like, so I don't know if that would even be considered introverted or if you're just, I don't know. It's hard to explain.
I think the difference too, though, is like me personally, I regularly don't spark conversations or be the first one to spark a conversation. So I would say I am a little bit more introverted, but like outside of my comfort zone. But like you said, being extroverted, like with the people that you talk to all the time and you're comfortable with, like I'll be outgoing, I'll be funny, like whatever. But I just, in my personal opinion, I think being introverted would be like someone who doesn't really spark a conversation outside of it, but extroverted are someone who like they could talk to anybody, you know?
I don't know. So I used to be able to really like, I would talk to anybody, everybody would be like, as long as they respond back, like we can have a conversation, you know? I kind of grew out of that for a long time. And now it's more of when, if I'm in a really good mood, like if I'm just having a really good day and I go out to buy something, I will spark up a conversation with whoever's helping me. Like if I see something I like on
compliment.
I was just about to say, I'm like, oh my God, like I like your nails, or I like that tattoo, like that's hella cool, or whatever. Just kind of, you know, talking about something. So if I'm in a good mood, I do that. But then if I'm in my head, then obviously I won't. So I can't tell whether I'm introverted or extroverted or not. I feel like I'm still trying to learn that.
It's a mixture. Yeah. I feel like I don't think it's a bad thing to be one or the other. I just think it's your comfortability level. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The next one is stop telling people your problems. Most of them are happy you're suffering. This one, I do agree with. Like, I wouldn't personally talk about my problems to just anybody and everybody.
No.
There's only a select, I won't even say group, but just a select few people that I do, that I would talk about it with.
Mm-hmm. I think that goes back to one of the first ones, though.
Yeah, like, I don't know if it's that I think they're happy. I'm suffering. I'm sure there are people out there like that, but also just there's certain things like, why am I going to tell you my problems if there's really nothing you can do to help make me feel better or do about it, or whatever, you know?
I think not that someone would be happy that you're suffering, but I remember the first time we talked about having anxiety, because even just talking about it to each other was like a whole thing. And like, that's something we had to be comfortable with, you know, because before I was so embarrassed that I did deal with anxiety that I wouldn't tell anybody. I would just act like everything was good. And then it just got worse.
Which is so much worse.
I can't hide this anymore. Like, I need to figure out how to help myself. And by talking about it with the people who cared about me the most, it was easier for me to not only understand my anxiety, but also to feel less embarrassed about it, because you opened up to me and you told me like, oh, I also experience it. So no way, shape, or form, I would never literally wish anxiety on my worst enemy. But I did find some comfort in knowing, okay, I'm not crazy. Like, other people and the people closest to me also go through this. So I didn't feel crazy. I didn't feel stupid. I just kind of like let the mask down of trying to put up a front, and I was less embarrassed, and I was actually able to talk about it and get other people's perspective.
I think God bless for this specific, I don't know how to, okay, let me say category? It first, because I'm not making sense because I haven't said it yet. But this generation, like, they talk about a lot more topics that weren't talked about back then, or I guess taken seriously. Things. So I feel like the reason why we felt a type of way about even just saying we had it or feeling anxious was because before it wasn't a thing to have anxiety. Like, it's just, it was just stop feeling sorry for yourself. Stop overthinking, like, just go and do it. Just get up and go do it. It's all in your head. Yeah. So it was like, it was brushed off. And then now as we got older, the generation is open about talking about these things, acknowledging that these are real things and issues that people go through.
And mental health in general.
Exactly. So so I was saying, like, God bless for that sense that, you know, we're more open about talking about all these things now. It's just, it's almost like hand in hand though, like pros and cons, because now that we are open about talking about a lot more things, it's also like canceling and being almost overly sensitive about topics like that. And even saying it's so strong that even to the point of me saying like overly sensitive could trigger like people to then talk. Because it's true though. Like, if I personally experienced it, I can talk about this topic because I understand it. Like, I know it. I'm not saying I know anyone else's experience, but I know how I felt.
And that's
all, and I can joke about it. And
you're only talking about your experience at the end of the day. Yeah.
And like, I don't mind joking about certain shit. Like, it's not gonna, I don't take it so serious.
We joke about a lot of dark things anyways. So I think
our brains are very twisted and dark at the same time, but it's to the point where it's like, you gotta laugh. Like, you gotta laugh it off. If not, your life is just too serious. It all comes back again full circle. Don't take yourself so seriously, bro.
Exactly. Okay, last one. I love this one. It says, tell the truth or shut up.
Shut your fucking mouth.
Shut your fucking mouth.
I like that.
I did too.
It's blunt, to the point. I don't really know much else we can say about it.
Like, be your authentic self with your whole chest. You know?
Yeah. I'm learning that people pleasing side of me is slowly starting to wither away. And I can, because it's not that I'm not a nice person without being the people pleasing like mode. No, it's just that
as a person,
my initial
get walked all over.
Exactly. Like, my initial mode is people pleasing. So I didn't know how to kind of put that wall down to be able to show my personality. So now I'm getting there little by little. Agreed. So now I can tell the truth and be genuine about it instead of if I'm in people pleasing mode,
I'll go like
around being real. I'd be like,
or sugarcoat it.
Great. Exactly. Like, I just like, oh no, yeah, great. Like, blah, blah.
But I think too, like, going off of that, it's like when you're in people pleasing mode, when you think about it, it doesn't actually make you feel better. It just is avoiding the confrontation or avoiding the thing that you don't agree with. And that's the reason why we do it. It's because we're trying to just ease on by without any problem.
Yeah.
It's not helping you at all. It's not making you any happier. So
it doesn't build your relationships with people. They don't get to know the actual you.
Yeah. And then you dwell on it when they probably go their whole life not even thinking about it. But it was that pivotal moment for you to be like, damn, like, I should.
A 2-second conversation.
Yeah. And you think it's gonna go so bad, but I think again, we've mentioned it too, like confrontation doesn't always have to be such a negative blowout extreme rager, you know, like it can literally just be like, I didn't agree with what you said, it bothered me because blah blah blah, I didn't appreciate it, whatever. That's it.
think maybe I feel like I don't know why I just had like I just thought about it right now that we're talking about it. Maybe because like as we're growing up, when confrontation was a very heavy thing, you know, if there was confrontation, it wasn't a good confrontation or a healthy confrontation. Not just a bickerment. It was always, or for the most part, I'm not gonna say always, for the most part, it was a aggressive confrontation. So I think that's what we assumed confrontation is with, like it's coinciding. So we want to just avoid it instead of realizing that there's healthy confrontation. Or now as we're getting older, we can kind of recognize that. But for a long time, we're just like, oh, confrontation. Nope. Don't want to deal with that. So I'm just going to do everything I can to avoid it. Head down. By the way,
I don't know if anybody has seen this so far in the video. I'm just going to point it out because I've held it and I think it's shown. I don't want them to think I'm holding something weird. It's just a little worry stone for anxiety. See it on Amazon.
You can get different kinds of crystals that come as a rubbing stone, and they all help with different things. So if you want it for your anxiety, if you want it for your confidence, if you want it for whatever, like they have different ones, and they feel so good. They're so smooth.
It really does. Hopefully these were some helpful tips and
hopefully you stuck around till the end.
It was a long-winded one, but it's okay.
Every time we get into deeper topics, I feel like we run with it and we just keep talking and talking and going. So almost all of our deeper topic podcasts or episodes are going to be the longer ones.
Because there's not really much we can say about people's fucked up lives on Reddit. Like we can't really talk too much about it, but this is something that we obviously have an experience with and an opinion about. So we're going to voice it.
So pretty much to summarize, your 20s is about finding yourself and reflecting and growing. And doing shit wrong and doing shit right.
Evolving, learning lessons every day.
I think taking all the failures and just using them as learning lessons.
They're not failures, they're just lessons.
And it's okay. It's okay for
they're lessons.
They're not losses, they're lessons.
They're lessons.
It's okay. Take no as just a redirection. If you get told
and a lot of the time when you get bad feedback is when you make changes. It's usually, if someone's always a yes man, you're never going to learn anything, right? It's the same thing as like the failures in life. If only ever you have positive things, you're never going to experience a negative thing that's going to be a pivotal moment for you. Or if you only ever, like there always has to be good and bad and like light and dark and
yin and
yang, like literally there has to be that balance. So the wisdom of the week this week is how to slay your 20s. So these are kind of like some tips, not really a quote, but it's to remember to put aside your fears. No one has their life together yet. It is okay to be unsure of your career path. Start believing yourself. That's a big one. Spread positivity, be humble, and practice self-love.
I feel like we've hit all of those things in
one way or another,
and in our own little sidetracks. We hit all those points.
So hopefully they stick
things
with you
we're
guys.
Currently working on.
Let's all make a conscious effort to practice these.
Work on it together.
Yeah,
we're doing it anyway, so we might as well have each other to lean on.
Exactly, and if one of them works for you versus others, then stick with like what works. You know, we're not saying all of these things are gonna work.
Exactly. If there was something else that wasn't mentioned that you felt like really helped you or is helping you, girl, please let us know.
Let us know.
We would love to hear it.
Yeah. We'd love to hear some feedback, guys. We'd love to see it. Now that you can
also
see
be
us
on YouTube, so you can comment on it if that's easier. If you can just want to comment on our YouTube video.
Right.
Or, wherever's more convenient.
Yeah. You can also watch the visual on Spotify if you're a Spotify listener. If you listen on Apple Podcasts, leave us a review. It helps us out a lot. But
thank you guys for listening.
We love you guys so much.
And you'll see us and you'll hear from us next week.
You sure will. Bye.